There's something that I think a lot of people tend to forget about Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is a decentralized project. There is no central authority. There's no active development team or anything like that. Some people will shout or tout the shibarium development team, the Shiba ecosystem dev team is the devs of Shiba Inu. They're not, guys. They have nothing to do with Shiba Inu itself. And I think that's actually a key thing. I've seen some people say that Shiba Inu is the next Bitcoin. Theoretically, it could be, okay? It's a decentralized project. It's deflationary supply. There will never be more supply that enters the space. And the key thing that people need to remember is it lives and dies by retail. Retail is what drives the price of Shiba Inu. That's why, for example, during times where retail adoption was not that big, where there wasn't a whole lot going on, Shiba Inu wasn't really making much headway. This bear market was obviously, I don't even want to say a rough one for Shiba Inu because it was actually quite strong, especially early on in the bear market cycle. It wasn't until some of those central authorities like, who was it, Voyager, until Voyager started dumping Shiba Inu in early 2023, it wasn't even setting new lows. And that's, I think, a very important thing. But the key moment when Shiba Inu started making headway in this market cycle, as we got into the early bull market, was when retail started coming back. And I think that's a big thing that people need to remember, all right? Some people will say right now that Shib is underperformed and it's weak and things like that. And honestly, guys, Shiba Inu has exceeded my expectations so far for this market cycle. Why I say that is I expected us at some time around now to be around 402. We're actually above there. I did not expect to run actually to 4045. If you guys remember when I was doing TA early on here, I talked about us getting basically past this 4019 level. I thought that'd be a good range to get to. And retail actually loved Shiba Inu at the time and pushed it even further than what people expected. Maybe not further than what some people expected, but what I expected. And I think that's very key because guess what? Even though Shib lives and dies by retail and retail sentiment regarding it, retail sentiment around Shiba Inu is high. Remember, it's still getting massive optics online. It's still having a massive amount of searches. We're seeing higher interest in Shiba Inu now than we were at the height of 2021. I think that's very telling. Now, why that's not relating to new highs in terms of price, compared to the prior all-time high is we're still early in this market cycle. We're still pre-halving, we're still pre-mass adoption, we're pre-alt season. And I know I say that a bunch, guys, but really think about this, right? When you look around the space, especially at some of the top coins, most are not at their prior all-time highs. Most are not even close yet. A few have overperformed. There's been some reasons why, VC money, artificial pumps, things like that. But when we look at Shiba Inu right now, it's on schedule. It's on schedule for what we've talked about during this entire bear market cycle. It's on schedule for big retail adoption. And I think this is where a lot of people are going to be surprised by the move that comes. Okay, Shib is the coin of the people. Shib, again, does not have a centralized authority behind it. I think that's a reason why it can resonate with a lot of people. It's already a top 10 coin, and I would expect that continues to climb as retail really flocks into the space in big ways. Remember, we're only at about 5 to 6% of the world in terms of crypto adoption. Well, what happens when we get to 10%? What happens when we get to 20 and 50? And they're looking at the biggest coins in the space, the most adoptable coins, the ones that have some of the biggest optics. Shiba Inu is one of those coins. So I want to remind people that no, we're not influenced by this ecosystem dev team. No, we're not influenced by the supply. We're purely influenced by retail sentiment. And retail sentiment right now is very good. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.